This is TWiT.
Google is almost like God, almost like a religion. And, you know, everybody has access to the internet. We have immediate access to information as a result of services like Google, but Google's the kind of the big representation of our immediate access to this information. Is Google replacing the role of this all-knowing God for people? And how did that come to be, do you think?
100%. Our advantage as a species is that our brain is huge and powerful. We have to expel babies when they're premature because the brain gets too big. And our brain is big enough to ask these really complicated, nuanced questions. How does space not end, or why is there so much suffering in the world? We're sophisticated enough to ask very complicated questions, but our brain isn't strong enough to answer them. So we have always had super beings. There's been competition among them, but our species has always had an instinctive need to have a higher being to help us sort through these questions. And as societies or economies become more educated and affluent, dependence upon a super being, or specifically church attendance, goes down. Yet our modern day anxieties and questions grow, so there's a void for a super being, but more of a modern man or a scientist super being. And our modern man is God. 1 in 6 queries posed to Google have never been asked before in the history of mankind. What priest, scholar, rabbi, mentor, coach, boss has so much credibility that 1 in 6 questions posed to that person have never been asked before in the history of mankind? Jason, do you have kids?
I do. I have 2.
So any dad who's had kids, you have your world of stuff, you have your world of work, you have your world of friends, and then something comes off the rails with one of your kids. One of your kids gets sick or is having trouble at school, or you get that weird call saying your kid's struggling with something, and your whole universe shrinks down to the planet of your kid, and you look up to the skies and you pray. You say, "Will my kid be all right?" And now it's symptoms and treatment of croup into the Google query box. When we really want answers, when we really want to know what our all-knowing, all-seeing God thinks, and we need an answer that we can trust more than anything, we turn to our modern man's God, Google. Look at everything you've typed into Google. You trust Google more than you trust your super being.